Leetcode 739 daily temperatures. Let's first understand the question. So the question is giving us as an input the temperatures to day 1, day 2, day 2, day 3, day 4. And what they ask is to return an array with the number of days that have passed until the temperature increased. So here it's only 1 day for the temperature to increase. So we put here 1, here only 1 day. So we put here 1, here it's decreasing. Since it's decreasing, we can't really put now something here, right? So we need to remember. And what would we need to remember? Because we need to know the number of days. So we can't just store or remember the temperatures. We need to store the indexes. The indexes would represent the number of days. So let's store the indexes. So let's store the index of 75, which is 0, 1, 2, which is 2, and store the index next one, because it's still decreasing, right? So let's store 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we store the index of 71, 3, and we can know the temperature. If we know 3, we know to go to here, 3, and this is the temperature. So here we continue to store indexes because it's still decreasing. So we store 69, and here it's increasing. So we don't store, right? And we calculate the difference in indexes, which would be 1. But 1 for who? It would be 1 for index number 4. So you go here to index number 4, and we know that it's 1. So we set in index number 4 to 1. And now, how many indexes? It's going to be 5, index 5, because we are currently dealing with index 5. 5 minus 3, this is going to be 2. But for who? For index number 3, right? So this was like this. And for index 0, 1, 2, 3, it's going to be 2. Okay, so basically, this is the way to solve it. Remember, as long as we're breaking the condition, remember in a stack. And once the condition is okay, you pop items from the stack and you update our answer. Complex? What can we do? Okay, and with that, let's move directly to the answer. Okay, so basically, it's a little bit tricky question because, we need to store the indexes in a data structure to remember and then correlate them to the actual temperatures. And we need to exactly decide when to remove item, when to add item. But, with practice, you need to remember something. So, it's either an array, let's say, or later a tree or a queue or a stack. And here, once we start drawing this, we see that it naturally falls into a stack because remove items from the end. Okay, so this is life. It's complex, but it's doable once we know all these kind of tips and tricks. So let's go over the answer after I rumbled a little bit. Let's go over the answer. So we initialize the stack. The stack will store the indexes, not the temperature, the indexes. We initialize an answer, a nice Python trick, multiply an array by the length of the temperatures, and we would have an array initialized with 0. This is why Python is so much great for programming interviews. Next Python tip for I and temperature. In enumerate temperatures, we get here the indexes and the temperatures. So basically, this is the pattern. The pattern is traverse all the inputs in temperatures. We have to traverse them, right? So we traverse them and then check for a breaking or a positive condition. In our case, we want to check for a positive condition because we want to empty the stack once we get to the good results. So we check. Is the temperature bigger than the last temperature on the stack? Yes. Everything is okay. We don't need to remember this one anymore. The temperature is bigger than it. Let's remove it and let's calculate the difference in its indexes and let's update our answer. If not, if either the stack is empty or we are not in the right condition, meaning the temperature is less than, but we wanted a bigger temperature, then let's remember it, append it to the stack. So you see, even in code, it's like simpler because breaking the condition, our temperature are going down instead of up. Let's append to the stack. Let's remember the indexes, right? A temperature has, this is the going down, right? This is the path of going down. Our temperatures are going up. Great. Let's remove the last item from the stack. Let's remember its index. Let's update the answer that we had, update the current array with the index. This index we took from the stack, and we remove, this J index we took from the stack, and we remove the current index from J. And as long as the temperature is going high, we continue as long as the current temperature is bigger than what we have in the stack. And in the stack, we have the indexes, so we can just remove them. So as long as the temperature is bigger than what we have in the stack, let's say this is the stack, and the current temperature is bigger than this, let's remove this. Right, let's remove this one and calculate the difference. Let's remove this one and calculate the difference. Let's remove this one and calculate the difference. And eventually we add this, the index of t, it. So this was the, the solution to daily temperatures question. Need to know how to deal with stacks, need to know how to initialize arrays, need to know that in the stack we need to store the indexes, need to know this so common pattern of having an outer loop and then an inner loop that checks for a condition, either positive or negative. In our case, we check that temperature is bigger than what we have, update the answer, and add it to the stack.